Hey guys, this is the video to compare all the different devices that I've been testing for this project, the internal audio source for the PT01 Scratch. First of all, I just want to answer why it's a good idea to have these devices. When I installed my first device and I was able to take my PT01 anywhere without any cables, just my music in a USB, and not having any additional stuff, it make all the difference. I use the example often in my descriptions. It's kind of like taking your book to read on a beach or on a bench, to the park or whatever. It's exactly the same. You don't have to worry about anything else. You just want to do your practice your cuts, your scratching. You want to do it in the car, in the back seat, whatever.
That was strangely arousing.
You don't need anything else. You just turn the turntable on, and it automatically start playing your last track or your first USB track, and that's it. Very simple. Also the connections are very easy. It is a match made in heaven, these units and the PT01. It really is, especially if you want to remove the USB transfer, the vinyl transfer. You can remove that board, and you're going to be using exactly the same connections. You're not going to use any other connection. Just move that aside, work on maybe a new plate, and install the unit right there in the middle, and there's no cutting or rewiring, nothing. I'm gonna show you a little bit of that also. Also, I'm gonna tell you a new place where I found where you can install one of the devices for people that doesn't have access to tools, materials, and nothing like that. You can work on the plastic on one specific side, and it's going to be a very neat installation. You're going to be working with plastic. You can easily install it with just maybe a hot screwdriver. Just be careful for the opening. The faceplate is going to cover that opening, so we're going to talk about also a little bit of that. Also, I'm gonna tell you the differences on the devices, what to expect, and one thing that I found out about the original device that I use compared to the other ones. I like the original devices because it's very clean, it's very discreet, doesn't have any brand, and if you look at it, it really looks like it's a device that came from the factory. It doesn't have a display, so you cannot see the input source that you're in, but instead they do what it is, a voice menu, and a little voice is gonna tell you if you're in you selected USB or line in or Bluetooth. The problem with this supplier that I first purchased, they send me a unit that the voice is in Korean or Chinese. I was able to track down the English version. I'm gonna add it to the description on this video, and also to the website where we are posting all the information. I'm gonna add that website also to the description. Also, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the plate. In this case, I didn't use the original plate someone asked me why I didn't use it. First of all, this one is steel, and if I messed up, if I made a mistake, I'm gonna ruin this piece. And I always want to have most of the original parts just in case I want to go back and set up the equipment the way it was originally. So also it's going to be very hard to work on, is, as I say, steel. And if you destroy this part, I'm pretty sure you'll not be able to order it from Newmark as a spare part. It's also a good template to make the other plates. I can also use it to get some measurements and see what fits and what doesn't. We're gonna talk about that in a little while. So I always like to take care of the original parts if I can, and in this case it's very practical to replace this piece with aluminum piece that is exactly the same thickness, and you can get it in any major hardware store like Lowe's and Home Depot. There's a product called aluminum flat, and you're gonna see that you can get it there. Let me start with what I found out about the original unit. Well, you've seen the video, it works very good. The USB, the SD, the remote control, the Bluetooth, everything works perfectly. The only thing that I found out compared to the other units is the line in volume. It's a little bit low for my test. Even if I crank up the volume on my phone or on the iPad, the volume and the volume on this device, the volume will always be lower than the USB or the radio or the SD card. And at first I thought maybe I needed to amplify the volume coming from the original board. So when I test the other units, I found out that the volume for the line-in is the one that you're going to be using with a cable through your headphone jack. It was pretty good, almost normal, or I can say it was normal. So and it was something that I found out on all three of this. So that's gonna be the only issue. But if you're gonna use this unit just for everything except the cable with the lining, it's just gonna be perfect. Okay. So I also tested this one. This one, as you can see, has a display, USB and the buttons here, and the SD. It has a on-off switch. You can use it maybe for save battery in case you're gonna use it, let's say with transferring vinyl. So you don't need this. As you can see, this one will not fit on the plate. It's a little bit bigger, but if you remove the board, maybe you can create a custom-made plate or a 3D plate, and maybe you can install this one. It works pretty good. Also has Bluetooth, the same connections, it's plug and play, and yeah, I really like this one, this device. The other devices that I tested, and you can see that I have two, but they're different. I'm gonna show you the differences. This one has the micro SD card. This one has also the auxiliary, one auxiliary or line in. It has another line in the back, So you have two options. It has a display and the USB. And this one, you're gonna see it doesn't have the lightning port and have a normal SD card. You see also almost the same faceplate. Actually, this is the most popular one that you're gonna find in eBay. The only difference besides this on the faceplate is gonna be the boards. As you can see, this board is shorter than this one, and that is because this one doesn't have the Bluetooth option, and this one does. And actually, this one only has a Bluetooth option. You can have a phone conversation with this unit. It has here a microphone, and also you can control your music from the device itself, just like any normal Bluetooth hands-free device. With the original unit, even though it has Bluetooth, you cannot have a conversation because this unit doesn't include a microphone. If you consider this unit, you have to be a little bit careful on where to set it, because as you can see, is wider. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the insides of the turntable, and it's a very tight fit, and with this one you have a lot of space, a lot of play. So let's open up the PT01 and show you the insides. Okay, one thing to consider installing the device is these two guys. These are the holes on the back where the screw goes, and they screw the bottom part to the upper part. And if you order the original part, the original decoder, you're gonna see you have a lot of play, a lot of space, so there's no problem there. With this unit, it's a very tight fit. It will fit, most definitely. I already checked it out, but it's a very tight fit, so you have to work on your opening. You have to work in a way to double check that this opening matches the size, and the unit can go freely. But other than that, oh, I forgot, the faceplate, as you can see, is a little bit also longer. So in this case, you have a lot of space between the faceplate and the USB port. If you use this unit, you're gonna have a little bit of touch in there. You can see we can set this up in the back, and here is the USB and the end of the faceplate, and you can see it's only 1/8 of an inch of separation, and that's what you're going to be having here, just 1/8 of separation. It's not going to be a problem, but you have to work a little bit harder to make that opening real precise. I was telling you about eliminating the transfer board and the one that is also feeding the background music. If you want to do that, then you can get this unit here, and this one has the auxiliary in there. Let me see if I can focus a little bit better. There you go. Okay, you can order this one, and you're gonna still have the option to use the cable, and you're gonna have a micro SD, which is gonna be a little bit more flush to the faceplate, and if you don't care about having the original USB card, you can remove it, and actually it's gonna make your life a little bit easier, not that much, because you're gonna be using the same connectors. This is the power. You're just gonna hook it up to your unit, to the decoder. This is the cable that fits the audio. You're gonna just install it to the audio out, or the line out, and this one goes back into the PT01, and that's it. That's all you need to connect. But still, if you wanna conserve the input and the USB, you need to add the other cable that I'm using, that is this one, and you just connect it from this unit to the line in, and that's it. You're gonna have all the features of the original PT01 plus the internal music source. Okay, next I'm gonna show you a new place that I found out where you can install some of the devices without dealing with the plate. This is good especially for the ones that don't have access to the materials or to the tools. What I found out is that this unit and the original one fits very nicely on front of the PT01, like this. In the inside, you're gonna notice a box, and in that box all you have is the cable for the power and the ground for one of the boards. You can remove the cables, work on this piece of plastic and take it away, maybe all the way to the bottom, and you're gonna notice that these two units are gonna fit nicely inside that box, and you just reroute these cables below the decoder or above the decoder, and it's this unit, the one that fits there, and the other one, like this one, will also fit right in here, and as you can see, it will go inside that box. Do not mess with this part, because this one is the piece that holds the batteries, and if you remove this guy here and you just want to use the original cables, and you're going to install it in the front, that also applies. You just connect the power and the cable that go back to the PT01, and that's it. I'm just saying that these two will fit, because this guy will not fit on it will not be flush to the unit, because the faceplate is too long, too wide. So that will be a very good spot for those that can only work on plastic. It's regular plastic. You just take care of the opening, and the faceplate is gonna cover that opening, and still it's gonna look good. You're gonna have the original plate on the side with the brand. So, but just consider that you're messing with the case. So just wanna share that. Also, these holes right here if you're gonna conserve the original board, it's better to work with more soft materials like aluminum, because this has to be very precise. So it's a little bit of extra work on this. And also I was going to tell you guys that these units are going to be all over eBay. There's adding more stuff to the units. Most probably I'm gonna be swapping my for this, and just like in this one, this doesn't have a Bluetooth. This one has a Bluetooth plus the microphone. I start noticing that in the future you need just to replace or even upgrade to a new board, because they adding stuff. I think I saw one that has an app for the iOS and smartphones, that you can control this unit differently from your phone. So just consider if in the future you want to add more stuff or use the stuff that is coming out. They're using this unit as almost as a general template for what is to come, and I think I'm gonna swap mine for the one that has the micro SD, because I like it that it's gonna be more flush to the faceplate, and also maybe use the auxiliary in also here. I don't know, maybe if I'm able to have two sources. Using the control, you can change the clock, change the station, not only up and down. You can enter the station there, and most probably when you get your units, some are gonna be with a voice menu plus the display, if they have a display. Some others are gonna just be the display. They're gonna not show you any voices. Just consider that you might get a unit that comes with a foreign language, not English. If that happens, try to work with your supplier and trying to get a English version. They're pretty cheap. They go around $5 to all the way to $12 with all the other things that they're adding. And the way you're gonna see that they're adding more stuff is the board is getting longer and longer. But that's that extra stuff, like having an app to control your Bluetooth. I don't know if it's gonna be useful for this. I'm happy as long as I have my beats on the USB driver, and that's all I need actually. But you can consider having the ones that got more stuff and see if you like. I mean, there's no limit. Okay, let me see if I'm missing anything else that I want to show you guys. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna show you the faceplate that I did, because in the videos I think I only posted a few pictures. So this is the faceplate that I did. I just painted it black on one side and the other one is aluminum, and all you have to do is transfer the openings for the original plate. And also this is the original material that I got from the hardware store, and it's 1/16 more tall than the original one. So you have to at least try to make it the same size just at the ends, because the top part of the PT01 actually holds the faceplate in place. So if you leave it the original size of the aluminum plate, the PT01 top cover is not going to close. Two more things. As you can see here, this one in the bottom, if you're gonna go with the original device, I needed to make a cut here. I just remove the case and make these two cuts here in the bottom, and that was necessary because the bottom part of the case, here you can see has small plastics, and those plastics prevent the plate from going in. So for this unit to fit correct here, you just need to make those cuts, and it's very simple. Okay, and the other thing is, if you're gonna go with this unit, even though the cable of the PT01 is the same connector, their positive and the ground are swapped. If you're gonna use these guys, the ground and the positive are in the correct side, so there's no problem with this. But if you're gonna use this, all you have to do is disassemble the connector. You just take a sharp object and carefully try to go under the plastic that holds the cable out, and you just slide the cable out like this. You do the same with the ground cable, and you just swap them. But before you do that, just press the little plastic again, so once the cable slides in, it's gonna hold again the cable. It's not gonna slide out because they act as a lock. And be very careful with that, because if you connect the ground on the positive and the positive on the ground, you're gonna damage your device, and I don't know, maybe probably damage the power board of the PT01. So just be very careful with that.